Okay, arriving into the Shrine of Storms. First you're going to notice is we're more outside, but what you saw over there was, of course, more of those storm beasts, those flying manta rays. I keep throwing those air scaly spears at you. Now, that being said, for this area, please, please, please tell me you got the Thieves' Ring and please wear it. The reason for that is because the biggest hazard or difficulty for this area is the storm beasts.
Oh, hello. I'm here to please. What can I get you?
But first, we see Brave Robert Blige. We let him out. We're actually gonna get some arrows because we're gonna show you the soul farming point for this area.
Hold on.
So what you do is you have an arrow over. You have your bow and arrow. You want a stronger bow than what you're gonna have here. You want to ideally get that Reaper down there in 2 shots. I'm gonna get him in like 4. And see, I get hit by the race that he's controlling, but thankfully on that 4th arrow, I actually managed to hit him. And you get a ton of souls just from this area. It's so close to the Archstone from the Adjudicator, you can just keep coming back. Now, this place, again, which I have to say is a good mechanic for for Demon Souls, says Avians, is the dark shadows that you have over here. Even with the light, it kind of hurts you because it gives your visual range to be very narrow. And so there's a lot of traps, and of course in the Shrine of Storms, unique to this area. You see right there. But it makes you very careful as you proceed in some of these darker caves. They're actually going to be outside and inside the caves. But when we come over here, we see these lights. There's Patches over here. So we know Patches is a complete scumbag, but let's talk to him anyway.
Oh, hello again. Hey, don't turn a cold shoulder. I didn't mean to do you wrong. Really? Come on now. We've got better things to fret about. That pit there is filled with treasure. But, I can't get to it myself. Go on, have a look. It's more riches than I've ever dreamed of.
Yeah, it's total BS. But in order to get a few things that we're going to want, let's just go ahead and take a look over here. Yeah, trapdoor, hello.
Don't hold it against me, eh? Take your time starving to death. Then I'll sell every last trinket off your corpse.
Quite clearly there's a way out of here. But there's a Black Phantom over there, but we have Saint Urbane over here.
Heavens! Did you fall for that little devil's trap? Well, I did the same. He fooled me, and now I am stuck here. The reverberations seem to suggest that we are connected to the outside. But dark, fearsome souls stand between us and freedom. But have no fear. God will cleanse us of evil. Pray with me. Umbasa.
If we get Saint Urbane out of here, he's going to be able to sell us miracles. And actually, we want a very key miracle that's just incredible throughout this whole game, even the PvP side. And it's going to be incredibly useful, and probably, no, not probably, definitely going to be a lifesaver in, definitely in the final boss. And we're actually going to get the ability to get this miracle from Saint Urbane by exchanging the Demon Soul that we get from the boss for this area.
Oh, it's you. Did you cleanse the world of another dark soul today? God has chosen you, and for that we are thankful. Umbasa.
Okay, so this is great. We finally got Urbane out. We can get a hold of that awesome miracle. But not until after we're done, because like I said, we have to beat the boss in order to exchange it. Now, I guess Patches has the idea of like laying down a rope as soon as like we're both dead. But clearly there's another way out of here. And as much as you really want to kill him right now.
You. Hey, look, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean what I said. I mean, a man's got to make a living, right? Here, look. I can make up for it. There aren't many humans like us. We need to stick together. I know. Here, take this as a token of my friendship. You've seen one of these before, surely.
And we get a gas resistance ring. It's total garbage, even less so though than one who gave it to us. But don't worry, Patches will not survive past the game. I will make sure of that. I'll always make sure of that. In the meantime, we move along here. The whole place is filled with a bunch of switches, and a couple of Reapers, actually. So we finally open the way out to the outside again. Along with the Storm Beasts, the skeletons around here, the black and gold skeletons in specific. Sorry, not the black ones, the silver ones. The black ones are actually pretty deadly, even in this narrow cliffside over here. But the Thieves' Ring will shorten the Storm Beast's range on you significantly, so much that you won't have to worry about them constantly battering you with their spears from the sidelines out there, while you have to deal with all these skeletons. So the best way to approach this, because you have the Thieves' Ring also, it wounds the range on the skeletons as well. And so it's very easy to get flustered in this short area and then slip up somehow. Whether you get stun locked or you try to make a move and you slip off the side, that sort of thing. Now, one of these guys is an archer, which doesn't help any of the Storm Beasts throwing their spears at you, but they can make quick work of them. Now, actually, there's another reason to have a bow with you, or if you can, Soul Spear, I guess, as well. These gold skeletons pack a ridiculous punch, even for the skeletons themselves. Go ahead and lure one out. This is what I do. And just get the jump on them, and then try eliminating them one at a time. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's a message option in Dark Souls. Now that guy actually, I take a couple of shots at the Soul Beast because, you know, they're worth 400 or so souls, so much souls. That's actually pretty good. But anyway, the gold skeletons, I guess his animation, even for your character, if you're in the middle of an attack animation like heavy attack and you get hit, you won't get stunned. So that's something you could use theoretically later. Now these Wraith Spirits, these things are particularly annoying, but as you've seen before, getting rid of the Reaper that controls them will get rid of your problems. However, sometimes, like right here where they force you to kind of take care of them one at a time, it's totally up to you, but just know that they will come after you, especially if you come after the Reaper. Now, this guy's kind of hidden over here, but actually pay attention to the fact that he fell over there, because we are going to see his corpse, despite the fact that it fell down pretty far. He actually, I'll tell you right now, he lands in the boss room. Unfortunately, there is no known way to get down there immediately, even with a fall damage reduction ring. But these over here, cheap Crescent Moon Grass, it's supposed to be a trap. Believe it or not, regardless of the size of this race, they do pack quite a punch as well. So a lot of this pretty much emphasizing what I've always said in the Demon Souls, or actually any of the Souls games, is patience. So moving along here, we're actually really close to the boss. So yeah, thankfully so, which means that this area was particularly meant to be aggravating your first time through, and believe it or not, it was. Although thankfully I do not believe I died, at least to the chorus. I died to the boss my first time through, but only because I wasn't prepared, naturally. So thankfully we're done with all the against the wall hill climbing. We actually get to this chamber down here. It's pretty nice, but when you look down there, there's going to be these glowing slugs. And these things are what drop the sticky white stuff, so you know what it actually was. Which will provide, of course, a magic buffer to your weapon. Now, ideally, if you wanted to buff your weapon, if you can, if it's not enchanted already, you would want Turpentine to give us the flame effect. Yeah, those floating orbs will explode if they make contact with you, so do be careful of those sometimes. But the magic buffer does add a little bit more damage to our attack anyway, so we are going to be using that against the boss coming up here. I'm just going to go ahead and farm the slugs, because why not? I actually put on my Ring of Avarice there just for that reason, if we're going to go ahead and do this. There are 1 or 2 itemized souls down here, and there's actually a pretty good katana down here if you want a dexterity build. But that's neither here nor there at the very moment, so we're just going to go ahead and pick up what we can. And I think I'll make Eric cringe a little bit by tossing out all of this material, this Dark Moon material. Not like I'm trying to, but hey, it's his own disposition. He just likes to hold on to everything. But you know what? I would I wouldn't even bother taking up screen time trying to discard the stuff, but it weighs. So here's actually the corpse, which has the hiltless. Hiltless is the katana. Actually a pretty good one, I have to say. Hiltless is not one of the katanas being looked at by one of the NPCs for the Shrine of Storms. We'll actually get to him a little bit later. But right now we're actually going to aim to take care of all of the Shrine of Storms this very episode. So don't go anywhere after we're done with the boss. We're going to be moving on to the Archdemon as well, since that fight won't take particularly long either. We don't have to worry too much about preparation. Just go straight into the boss fight right after that. There's no course to worry about. So as we come up on the fog gate here, this is the boss. So let's go ahead and take him on. So as soon as you enter the fog door, nothing happens. You know, no boss is immediately there, no health bar at the bottom of the screen, no cutscene. You do get legendary hero souls. So it's one of the bigger soul items. However, now it's hard to see. Actually, you know what? I have this equipped still, so I can still show you guys. The boss is right there. Okay. You know what? Let's wait till a little bit later to buff our weapon. We're actually going to go in on the side here, and I'll show you why in a sec. Yes, this is the old hero. If you saw that close-up of his face, he is blind. You can see right here is how he acts. And he's going to be swinging erratically. Now, because I have the Thieves Ring on, which greatly boosts my stealth, and despite the fact the brushwood armor, of course, is heavy armor, so if I run and not walk like this, he's going to be able to tell immediately where I am. Usually by now I go ahead and rush him. Now, despite the fact that he's blind, of course, he packs a ridiculous punch. That weapon of his. So, what we're going to do is, unfortunately I don't have any turpentine on me. And look, yeah, this is the Reaper from before. All the way up there. Unfortunately, of course, there's no way, even with the fall damage reduction ring, to actually just fall into the boss room here. He's going to go back and forth, swinging his weapon rapidly. He hardly ever comes over here to the side, which is why we started from the side. What we're going to do here is wait for our chance. And just like most bosses in the Souls games, barring Dark Souls 2, which I have not played yet. Plan on doing that blind later. Wait for the Give It Year edition. We're going to go ahead and go with the next best thing and just buff up our weapon just slightly with the sticky white stuff. And pray! And go in there and just whack him a couple of times. Now, yeah, like I was saying, I'm finishing my thought. Like, a lot of the Souls bosses, the safest place to rush him is at his feet, in his face. But now he's actually lost track of us. And so, yeah, and then that's pretty much how we're going to be approaching this boss fight. I'm actually really glad I haven't been hit yet, because this is, of course, live commentary, and I'm recording it, so... Ah, shoot. No, he's going to do his AoE attack. This isn't nearly as bad as the final boss's AoE attack, but that actually was not as bad as it could have been, especially with our... It did that much damage with our shield up, our great shield up. Now, granted, the purple flame shield is meant for blocking fire damage, not magic damage, which that is. It was good, yeah, our buffer wore out, I thought so. So I switched to the sticky white stuff. Well, we're gonna go ahead and repeat the process here. Shoot, you know what? Yeah, he moved when he flailed around back there. I was gonna go for the kill. Let's go ahead and do that now. Yeah, he decided to do whack away, and that was a very big mistake on his part. Left an opening, and we got him.
You have obtained the Demon's Soul, A power that is beyond human imagination.
So yeah, that's great. That whole boss fight went swimmingly. I was worried I was gonna get, well, curve stomped to the side. Let's see here. Let's follow the Ring of Avarice. Now, of course, now we get to go ahead and get all the nice items that are along the boss route here. Actually, no, you're not intended to be here, typically. Where is it? On this side or on the other side? Yes, on this side. It seeks ephemeral eyes. I cannot carry it or it will overburden me. Oh, time to make poor Eric cringe again. I'm not doing this on purpose. It's just his prerogative, as in like that. Oh, it's a weapon? I don't remember a weapon being in here. I remember a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes being here at some point, or another itemized soul somewhere along here. Rather odd. But anyway, okay, here's the other item. Wait, no, it's the stupid Reaper. I don't remember there being an weapon in here. I think it's just, again, it goes to show you how long it's been. It was on one of these sides. No, I don't know. Either way, I know that we don't need any more weapons, but we do acquire the Hero Demon Soul. Now, as with all the other worlds, the next world deals with the Archdemon. The Archdemon is a rather quick fight. This one's more of the longer ones, but that's still not saying much. So as soon as we're done preparing and getting our levels up, well, that's what we'll do next. So arriving back at the Nexus, we're going to do a little quick preparation. Won't take long at all, but what we particularly want is that miracle for releasing Saint Urbane. But of course, we're going to go ahead and open up or break our itemized souls and then level up a bit more because, well, that's just always helpful. Get more endurance, have more swings in our very high damage weapon. However, for the next boss, you'll find that the Dragon Boat Smasher actually won't be necessary, and you'll see why later. That being said, for this really awesome miracle, do not break the old hero's demon soul. Instead, we're going to be exchanging it for that awesome miracle right here in a sec. But I'm going to go ahead and deposit what I need to for anything else I might have to pick up. Don't need to make Eric cringe any more than I had already.
Thanks to you, I was able to seek refuge in this Nexus. Now I stay here and pray, along with my disciples, for the heroes facing the demons. If you wish for benevolent protection in your fight against the demons, then bring me demon souls. I will cleanse them and perform a miracle with their power.
So you can actually learn a couple other things depending on which boss demon souls that you hold. We're actually going to go ahead and get Second Chance.
God bless this brave warrior. Umbasa.
Second Chance is an incredibly awesome miracle. Pretty much, just like it says, whenever you die or your health hits 0, you actually immediately recover 50% of your health back. Just let that sink in. Words can't, describe it. It pretty much says it all as well. So let's go ahead and level up here. Even though I've assigned it, I really don't think I'm gonna need it. I'm definitely not gonna need it for the next boss. Although don't get me wrong, the next Archdemon is he's pretty awesome. Despite the fact that we're not gonna have a worry for potentially dying here. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and restore the endurance, not the endurance, the utility of my equipment, because I'm pretty not sure that if it comes close to breaking, it'll actually defend us less, in which case I would need Second Chance, but I digress. Let's go ahead and take on the Archdemon of the Shrine of Storms. Okay, arriving back at the Shrine of Storms, this time at the Old Heroes Archstone. We go ahead to face the World 4, technically World 5, Archdemon. Let's go right in.
Archdemon, Storm King.
Okay, this is, of course, the Storm King. Now, of all the archdemons, he's the one I consider the most cool looking. They're really awesome to fight. I know I got a little bit of a Shadow of the Colossus sort of vibe coming from this guy, as well as a sort of Zench sort of feeling if you guys have dabbled in Warhammer Fantasy before you came. But in the meantime, you're wondering, how the heck are we supposed to fight this damn thing in the air? Well, they provide an answer for you. However, they don't exactly point it out all that clearly either. And hello, come on, let's move around. There's some crystal lizards down here, but screw those guys, seriously. Get the Storm Ruler. So we're actually going to temporarily exchange our Dragon Bone Smasher for the Storm Ruler. Now, that little flare on the top of our helmet is actually the Ring of Avarice, but this weapon is awesome. I must have got hit because you didn't see it. There we go. You feel just incredibly powerful with this weapon. Now, I'm getting shot a lot because I decided to be greedy, hence the Ring of Avarice, and get more souls for our time here. But what you're going to need to do in order for the Storm King to come around, make a pass, is take care of the Storm Beast surrounding him. Or not surrounding him, but just infesting the air space around here. I take it the Storm King, of course, is the brood father of the Storm Beasts throughout this area. And time to repay him for all their annoyance. Yes, he's flying up there. Glad I got it. Sometimes, if you're really lucky, you can get 2 or even 3, which is phenomenal. But if you get just 1 per shot, that's alright. Now, unfortunately, what? No, don't do that. Hold on a second. I'm trying to... Okay, the Storm Ruler. Yes, I forgot the name of the weapon. You only use it really in this fight. See, unfortunately, the Storm Ruler's awesome attack is only doable in this part of the game, in this area. And of course, because it's a boss room, there's no PvP in this area. Which I guess makes sense, as awesome as this weapon is. It'd be incredibly awkward PvP with this weapon. Unfortunately, that missed. Ah, shoot. Yeah, you don't have to get rid of all of the Storm Beasts for him to make a pass. We'll get him on the next run. Come on. He's still able actions. That is another problem with Souls games, is that sometimes your inputs will not react as fast as you want them to. Okay, now, of course, you do get rid of the pesky Storm Beasts, and they do respawn slightly from the Storm King, but not all at once, so you can try to, you know, lessen the blow, as it will. And I am not in a good position right here. Yeah, his spear is gonna start hitting me. Alright, that's not horrible. Alright, let's get some shots in. Now, you could theoretically save quit out of this area. I'm not sure if the Storm Ruler can be, the weapon can be increased. If it can, it just makes the boss faster, I suppose. But really, aside from just getting the timing down, this boss really isn't all that difficult. Like most of the other archdemons. Which is rather unfortunate when you think about it. So, this is the best spot to hide. One of the 2 best spots to hide. Even though we're gonna get some clipping from the... You might get some textual clipping from the weapons. Or not the weapons, the flying spears they send your way. Twice is generally what the amount of hits you'll get for every pass that he makes. If you get him 3 times, that's really lucky. Definitely faster, of course, but there's no extensive need to be that way. Just again, it's a lot of patience. Just have fun with it because of how awesome that swing from the Storm Ruler feels. Also, I call this guy the Storm Lord, but no, it's Storm King. Yeah, wow, one snuck behind us. sucks. That really sucks. Alright, let's see. Let's try to get one shot now that we've been hit.
Totally didn't walk out there.
But it still hit him. Oh, another Storm Beast out. You're going down. And we hit the Storm King. That was awesome, despite the fact that we took a lot of heavy damage. Considering. Let's go ahead and just use up our cheap grass. And sure, we'll top it off. That makes another pass. There's a pillar down more towards the coast that you can hide behind, but you really gotta maneuver around it. This broken house is honestly the best place to just take cover behind. And then just go ahead, and I think, yeah, 2 more will do it. This should be it. And down he goes.
You have obtained the Demon's Soul, a power that is beyond human imagination.
So yeah, that's a really, really fun boss fight. I will admit. If I had to choose between something challenging and something fun, I'd definitely go with something fun. Yeah, they drop a ton of Cloudstone. So does the... Actually, I believe over here you get pure Cloudstone, which is the purity is the highest grade of material, forging material you can get out here. And just look at this. I mean, another reason why I want to do a redo a HD version of some of the games I've been doing so far is just because the Dazzle isn't unfortunately doing this any justice. But yeah, it's pretty cool over here. Cool boss fight, really cool area. Unfortunately, from here on out, they're not going to be so much as cool, as far, well, at least to me anyway, as the Storm King was. But you know what? That's fine. It's not to say they're bad or nothing. It's just I don't consider them. Anyway, well, you know what? I'm gonna save it for when we get there. Other than that, that's gonna be it for the Shrine of Storms. So already, in one video, we wiped out another area. You know, barring the first early spec op that we did, coming in here for the Adjudicator. And some preparations with the Shrine of Storms and with Sparkly and whatnot. Of course, there is an item in here, the boss area. You get some Holy Arrows. Those are really useful. Especially going to be useful a little bit later, because if you recall, after the area Land of Defilement, which would be the next area that we cover, there is the last few parts of the Palace of Boletaria. Palace of Boletaria, despite the fact that we're technically halfway done with it, we're going to start the palace after the Valley of Defilement in area 1-3 at the Tower Knights Archstone. There's going to be a couple of more. There's actually going to be 4 parts, I'm thinking, right now, going in there. And only because of some things that are just best to... It's more prudent to go in and out and do some things more flowing that way. And you'll understand what I mean when I get there as well. So hopefully that works out as smooth as I hope it is, and how this fight went. Okay, no, not this fight, but how's the old hero went. The Storm Demon Soul. We can't carry the pure Cloudstone. That's what we can't carry. That's actually fine with me. Not fine with Eric. But anyway, because we're going to leave it behind. So that's going to be it for this part. We're done with... We're easily almost 75... We're easily 75% of the way, 70% of the way done with the game. We're still going to start at Valley of Defilement next time. And hopefully that'll go smooth as well. The Storm Ruler fight, it didn't go smoothly, but it definitely didn't go horribly either. So that's something to be thankful for. And I'll see you guys next time when we take on the Valley of Defilement.